Hello friends, welcome to part 11 of the series where we are going to see another performance optimization hook known as the useMemo hook. So we have briefly seen that in the callback also let me open it. So in the previous video, what we have seen a similar version of it. I don't know why it is not opening. Let it be there. Okay, now yeah, so it is opening here in the snippet, so let us see it here. So react.memo, it was a higher order component, and higher order component not cool to use. They are a bit complicated also, so hooks are much easier with them to understand. So React team created that use memo hook also, which is different from this higher order component. So let us see that example now. So for that, let me create a new file the old way, and the file will be known as counter.js. so we will see a brand new example actually. RAFCE counter, save it, control B to make it small. Counter is there. I don't want the parent component here, so the counter will be shown. Okay, which is blank mainly right now. So let us come here and create two state variables first. Const counter 1 comma set counter 1 and equal to use state. So this got imported and the initial value will be 0. Control C, control V, because this I am going to change it to, I don't know why it is coming like this, 2, and this will be 2. Okay, so then after that it will have two buttons here. Okay, so let me remove this to a fragment, and I am going to have a div again. Actually inside a div I will have, so inside a div button I will have, so that it can go to different lines. By default button comes in one line because it is not a block level element. So button inline element, let me close that button, and on click equal to increment 1. so this is a different function, we should know this. Count 1 is counter 1, the variable this counter 1. Okay, so let me have a similar button here, but as you might have guessed, it is for the second one. On click equal to increment 2, which you are going to create soon, and then count 2 is counter 2. Okay, let me save it. Now it will give me error that increment 1 and increment 2 are not there, so let us quickly create it. So I should not have saved it. Const increment 1 equal to an arrow function, set counter 1 plus 1 increment 2, set counter 2, counter 2 plus 1. Yeah, so let me save it, and yeah, increment 1 is not defined. What is not defined? Everything is defined. Just I need to refresh it. So it is increasing. It is increasing as we might have guessed. So now what we are going to do, we are going to have a simple requirement that we need to show whether the counter is even or odd. Okay, so what we are going to do after this, const is even, we just need to show a text. Okay, so like this arrow function, return counter 1 modulus 2 triple equal to 0, so it will return true or false depending upon whatever it is. Okay, so this is like this, and then we want to show it. So after the button, so we want to show it on the same line, so we'll again take an inline element known as span, and then from here we will run that is even this function will run. We have to run this function like this, and then ternary operator even, it will type, I'm giving a bit of a space, or it should not be, and there should be some space, that's why I'm giving it odd. Oh, I don't want this. It is sufficient to have this. I don't know what happens sometime. Odd. Yeah, so odd like this, it will be there. Okay, let me save it. And 4 is even, so it is showing it as even. 5 is odd, it is showing at odd. 6, 7, 8. So this is working perfectly. So it is working as perfectly what it is there. So but now what we are going to do, so in real world scenario, some functions take a lot of time, means they are very big. Suppose the API call is been done, which has got hundreds of records, so it will take 2-3 seconds to return it. So we will mimic that, and sometime it is okay, means for those application. So let us mimic that. So how we are going to mimic that? So we are creating a while loop. Okay, while I is less than 2. Okay, this is important. There are 9 times 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 0 is there. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times zeros, and it will do I plus plus. Just I plus plus. Okay, so this will introduce the slowness. Let me save it. Okay, so now it is even and odd, it doesn't matter. Now we have introduced it to counter 1. Okay, so let me click on it. See, it took at least 1 or 2 seconds. Click on it. It is taking 1 or 2 seconds. This is, but the problem is that this is also taking a lot of time. Why this is taking a lot of time? Because when you increment the count number 2 also, every other component get re-rendered. So that is the React way. Means if if it runs when count 2 is run, this set counter will run. This is like a set state in class based component, and it will render the whole thing, so the whole thing gets lost. This is not a perfect way. So suppose there is a big production application, the whole application will be slow because of this whole application, because of just this one function. And suppose we accept that this function will be slow, there is no solution to that, that is a different topic. But then what to do? So we want this function to slow but not to affect our whole application. So how do we do it? So for that we just have to use this useMemo hook. Use memo hook we have to use, and as you might have guessed, this is even function will now use the use, and it is like the callback. You have to wrap everything in it. Use memo like this, and here counter 1 is there, and but it is now a reference, not a function call, so we have to remove this also. Okay, so let me save it, and now let me click here. It is still slow. Okay, that is okay, but is this slow? No, this is fast. This is super fast. So this is slow, it takes time, and this is super fast, so it doesn't affect that. So our problem is solved. Our whole app is fast again, except that part of function. So this is how use memo is used. So hope you like this. Please like this video and share it, and subscribe to my channel so that I can produce videos like this. Thank you.